My name is Lance Schilling, and I'm with Behind the Pump, and we're here with Vanessa Odell, another one of our stories for the Integrity Driven Nutrition Challenge, Finding Texas's Best. And Vanessa has a huge weight loss story. She overcame a ton while also being a mother and a wife. Vanessa, how are you doing today?
I'm good, Lance. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. So, start your story off. What was the tipping point? Where were you at weight-wise? What was going on in your life?
Weight-wise, I was about 260 pounds, 5'5".
260 pounds, 5'5".
About as big as I was tall. I had a young daughter. She was around 5. And one day, she crawled in my lap as I held down the recliner, which I was really good at. And she snuggled up into me like she always did, and she said, "I love you, squishy mommy." And that was the stab to my heart. She didn't know what she was saying. She didn't know that was going to have the effect it had. And I'd been to a local nutrition store several times, and he was always trying to get me on a meal plan, and when was I going to let him help and get me healthy? And that was the first thing, was getting healthy.
So let me ask you this. Why wouldn't you do it before? The first times he's asking, what was keeping you from getting on a nutrition plan or trying it?
I didn't think I needed it. I'd always been a very active kid. Sports, drill team, dance. And I fell in love. We'd get comfortable, eat out all weekend. My husband still loved me, still found me attractive. So I didn't see the need. And then that love that came through from my daughter, and I said, I've got to do this for her, which is ultimately for me, because I knew one day if I stayed the way I was going to embarrass her. She wasn't going to want me around. I was going to be the sideline mom who wasn't going to be able to be involved, and I didn't want that. I wanted to be involved in her life and be able to play with her more and keep up with her and do everything that she wanted to do. So I went and I talked with my friend, and he got me started.
So he got you started. What was your first starting point? Was it just walking on a treadmill?
It was actually walking my neighborhood. I didn't even have a gym membership, because that would have been a humongous waste of money. I didn't want to pay for something I wasn't going to do, and so I walked my neighborhood. I had a bike that I'd asked for the previous Mother's Day. And a couple times I took my bike out, and that was it. And I put one foot in front of the other, or I pushed one pedal in front of the other a few times a week. I started on the nutrition plan and followed it to a T. I was a little obsessive about it, but that was okay. And in the first 11 days, I lost 10 pounds.
10 pounds in 11 days. How did that feel?
It felt amazing, because I knew if I just kept doing what I was doing, it would all slowly and surely come off.
So while this is going on, how are you feeling about yourself?
Every day I felt a little better, because my clothes would already start to fit a little looser. The only time I stepped on the scale was when I went for check-ins, because I didn't want to know. I wanted to go based on my energy level, how I looked in my clothes, were they fitting looser. I wasn't ever concerned about a number, and I knew with that first few days, I knew if I just ate the way he was told me to eat, and at least expending some extra calories,
right,
doing something, moving my body somehow, that eventually I would probably get where I wanted to be.
So you hit your starting point. You're eating right and getting some exercise. At what point did it start turning into this? I've seen you on stage twice, and every time you look great. I would never have known that you had any kind of struggle like this ever. Your energy level, your confidence, it all comes off so well. At what point did it turn and you start getting more into it? Where did the gym membership come?
About 3 months later, I guess because I started, like everyone else, I started after the New Year. So about April, I guess it was, I went to a small, local, inexpensive, because I just wasn't sure yet if I was going to invest that money into the big time gyms and all of that. And I was kind of intimidated and didn't want to be embarrassed, didn't want anybody to make fun of me. And so joined the little 24-hour, $15 a month, come in, no child care, just basic gym in April of that year, and just did what I could. And I always told, when new people would approach me, I always told them my secret. So my secret is you wear a hat and you can very slightly kind of watch what's going on, because I had no idea.
Right.
I sort of knew how to work the machines, but I didn't know how to really go about everything.
Which, that can be such a, an experience. I've been very fortunate. I've always been in the gym my whole life. It's just where I've always lived. And it's crazy that whenever you haven't, you literally don't know. You walk into a sea of equipment and you want to get there, but you don't know how. So here you are, you're a mother. You're trying to, be a mother, a wife, all at the same time. You're starting to find yourself, feeling good about yourself, moving it forward. And how did you start getting ready where you're going to do show prep stuff? Like, what did you get a trainer?
That was so many years later. I went through a running phase. I say phase because, and now I don't know how I ever did it, because 20 minutes of cardio, I'm ready to be done. But I did get a trainer to help build my lower body for marathon training. I would work with him once a week. We'd do legs, we'd do back, just to really work. And then once I hit that goal of, I just want to cross 2 lines of a marathon, the start and the finish, I decided it was time. I knew I could do that, and I didn't care about time like a lot. Oh, I want to hit this time. Nope, I just wanted to cross 2 lines, and I did that. And so I decided it's time to do something else, and so I got into this.
Just a little bit with your marathon running. You just want to start and finish, which I think is incredible for most people. If just do something, get started.
Right.
It's great. How did you feel whenever you got done with your first marathon? Like, how did you feel when you hit that?
It was amazing, and I have one of the best pictures. Is my daughter was very close to the finish line, and she came out from behind the barricade and finished it with me.
So she came and finished with me. That's so awesome.
Yeah.
How did that feel to finish it with your daughter?
It was great.
And, you got to be such a great example.
Right. And she saw me along the course, and she knew the early Saturday long runs that were, 5 and 6 hours long, and then naps, and and waking up to go, okay, what's to eat because I'm starving. But yeah, that picture sits on my desk at work, so I can remember it. We did it together,
So, with being a mother, and I know that a lot of people fight, like, I'm just focused on my kid, what they're doing, and they don't focus on themselves. How effective do you feel like that was for your daughter to see you lead by example?
I want her to see that with hard work and determination, you can accomplish your goals. Not just as my daughter, but as a woman, as, I'm not young anymore. And that it doesn't matter how old you are when you start. I mean, I was already 37 when I started to prep to compete, wasn't one of the young 20s or whatever trying to get started.
Did it feel any different to you as far as accomplishment-wise?
No. Just as proud today as I was of anything I did in high school, probably a little more.
So you started at 260 pounds.
Yeah.
Where are you at now?
About 135, 140.
135. That's unreal. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you, ladies. My name is Vanessa Odell, and this is my story.